week's edition of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Brought to you by Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
And welcome to...
It is that time of the year.
It is, Ray. Come on, go with it.
It's that time of the year where Arkansas hunters, outdoorsmen, think Arkansas is a paradise. It is year-round to us, but not all the time, maybe. There's modern-day gun season open recently. Duck season just around the corner. And, Brian, you have in studio with you Ralph Meeker that I call the Deer Man from Arkansas Game and Fish.
Yeah, he's not in studio with us, but he is with us here in just a second, and we're waiting for Todd P. to get back in here. But we did start the modern gun deer season a little earlier in November, and that's been going really well. And hold on just a second here. And we have with us Ralph Meeker, the Deer Program Coordinator for the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Welcome, Ralph Meeker, to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Hey, guys.
Well, I assume that you're out somewhere really pretty where there's a lot of deer running around, either hunting them or checking them or doing whatever you do.
Yeah, the checking, more of the checking part than the chasing them. I'll hunt later in the season, but right now, with the amount of data that we like to collect, this is the time that we're able to get our hands on them and do weights and ages and things like that, pull CWD samples. So this is really our Super Bowl as far as collecting data for whitetail deer.
It's really the Super Bowl for
Ralph. Over the years, we hear people talking about the opening day of modern day gun season. 300,000, 400,000 hunters in the woods. Was that the case this year?
Yeah, it's probably closer to 300,000 when you look at our license sales and the surveys that we've conducted over the years. Over 90% of people who buy an Arkansas hunting license do so to hunt whitetail deer. So when you talk about the licenses, the youth, the lifetime license holders, it's probably closer to 300,000.
Ralph, what does it look like as far as we've had really good weather? How did the youth season go? How did the alternative season go? How are we stacking up as far as numbers?
Yeah, our alternative season was phenomenal. Last year was the first year that we changed muzzleloader to alternative firearm season to allow straight wall cartridges, and this year we harvested almost 25,000 deer during that first 9-day alternative firearm season, and that's probably ranks in the top 1 or 2 in the last 15 years. So we had a really good turnout for that alternative firearm. Our youth season also really good. And now the Saturday was a little warm, but we rebounded on Sunday. We had a cold front come through, and youth harvested pretty close to 9,000 deer that weekend. So that's pretty much on par to what we have been doing. Statewide to this point, we're within 100 deer where we were to the day last year. So this season's tracking almost identical to last season. Saturday again, it was a little warm, windy, and Sunday hit, and those first two at that Saturday, it was about 3 or 4 days. It was really, really good weather. So our harvest bounced back, and we're sitting at about 108,000 deer as of Saturday. Our game check lags a little bit, but I would say that we're just right on par and on pace to what we were last year.
When the season ends, and we've got what gets checked, how many will be added in from the DMAP clubs from all those tags that I guess you all collect those after the season's over?
No, those are actually collected during the season as well. Hunters get a DMAP tag to go on their license, and they use those DMAP tags to check. So it's all relatively real time. Same way with our urban tags. Those folks will have they check real time as well. So the harvest numbers that we report are about 24 hours lag time, and of course when you harvest deer, you can either check it immediately or you can tag your deer and check it 12 hours later. So that accounts for some of that lag time as well, our numbers. So we're pretty close, like I said, today to where we were last year. And I think we ended up a little over 200,000 last season.
That's a lot of deer. And at the end of it all, what percentage do you expect that hunters will take of the overall deer herd, and do they make that back up, when they reproduce?
Oh yeah, I mean, our hunters will probably harvest in the neighborhood of probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 to 30% of our deer herd. We hear that 1 million number get thrown around a lot of the statewide population. It's probably closer to 800,000. But our reproduction, deer reproduction, has been pretty consistent the last few years. 2020 kind of set us on a little bit of a roller coaster ride. When COVID hit, hunting license sales spiked 14%. So we had a lot of folks in the woods, and that was actually the year that we set our single season harvest record, a little over 216,000. So we probably dipped a little hard into the cookie jar that year, and we saw the effects in our harvest in 22 and 23, and I think since then we've started to climb back up a little bit, and we're probably right where we need to be in a lot of parts of the state.
Deer seem to be very, very healthy this year. We had a great acorn crop around the state. Deer that I've seen look like they're very, very well fed, in great condition, a lot of fat on them.
Yeah, a lot, and that acorns are good for deer. They're not so as much good for deer hunters. It seems like when we have really, really good acorn crops, it makes it a little bit harder to hunt deer. They don't seem to want to move as much or come to bait. But the high temperatures as well. I mean, it doesn't really affect whitetail deer, but it affects whitetail deer hunters.
Right.
Right now we're running 15 to 20 degrees above normal for this time of year, and so a lot of folks, they're picking the best days to really get out and hunt, and they're not one. And I don't blame them. It's hard to sit on a deer stand and sweat.
Yeah, and that one day, I guess it was last Monday and Tuesday when it was so cold, I thought, man, this is the day, and nothing happened. I didn't see anything. And then Saturday, deer were moving very well when it was hot out, warm out. I don't get it sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of it just, has to do with how many people are in the woods. That's one of the conundrums of deer management is, we've got some places that have a lot of deer, but we can't get any deer hunters there. And then we got some places in our state that have much fewer deer, and it seems like everybody wants to hunt, in trees next to each other. So it's just one of those difficulties of managing deer.
What would you say that the state of the Arkansas deer population is right now in terms of quality, quantity, and antler quality, stuff like that?
Yeah, I've been working check stations here in Arkansas for 25 years, and we routinely have good bucks. I get that question a lot: where are the big bucks in the state? And we have big bucks all around our state. Our deer numbers probably aren't what they used to be, but in a lot of cases that's a good thing. Our buck to doe ratios are much more in balance, much more balanced to where they should be. A lot of our habitat and our deer populations are much more balanced with carrying capacity. So I would say quality wise, we're as good as we ever have been. We routinely get Boone and Crockett. We're one of the sleeper states, believe it or not, Boone and Crockett records. And so I would say quality and quantity, we're
got to take a break. Ralph, thank you for joining us on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, and we'll be right back.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Did you buy elbow pads for the Black Friday battle? You're not going to need them because this year the Black Friday blowout at Gwatney Buick-GMC has been stretched to all month long. So don't buy a turkey from another dealer. Head to Gwatney Buick-GMC in North Little Rock. Get new Sierra 1500 up to 20% off MSRP. 2026 Terrains at just $279 a month. 2026 Buick Encore GX at just $199 a month. And don't forget the hottest crossover out there. 2025 Invista Preferred at just $179 per month. Black Friday is all month long. Zero chaos, zero drama, no combat. To get these Black Friday deals, you don't even have to camp out on our parking lot. It's the Black Friday blowout all month long at Gwatney Buick-GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. Call 501-945-4444. Gwatney Buick-GMC.com. GMC. We are professional grade. All offers with approved credit. Sierra based on MSRP of $55,370. Terrain, Encore, and Vista are low mileage leases.
If you travel south towards Pine Bluff on 530, whether you're going home to Saracen or the Deer Woods or Duck Blind, don't forget to stock up at Dixon Road Wine and Spirits. Locally owned with great selections, Dixon Road Wine and Spirits is easy to get to, and their easy access drive-thru will have you on your way in a matter of minutes. They're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., and their prices are beyond competitive. That's Dixon Road Wine and Spirits, where you get more bang for your buck. Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
You know that expression, put a little spring in your step? Well, whoever said it must have been talking about Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with Glide Step, you get a pillow-like soft landing, then an explosive takeoff. It makes walking feel effortless. So springy, it's almost like you're floating. And speaking of effortless, have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins technology? Just step in, and instantly your shoes are on. No bending down and no touching. Try Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
We say welcome back to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, coming to you live from our Honda North Little Rock studios. I say coming to you live. I'm actually in Murray, Kentucky with the Little Rock basketball team. And Brian, let me say this. For those people who don't believe in global warming, I have been in Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois, and Kentucky now. And it's this time of the year. I know when we were in Muncie, Indiana, they had a couple of inches of snow earlier in the week. Lots of leaves still on the trees. In Chicago, the grass was still green. There is such a thing as global warming. But the deer hunters want cooler temperatures. I know you went to the deer with both you and your grandson got a deer.
I got, Aiden, my grandson, he's 9 years old, has gotten his first deer this year, and he got two. And I got one, during the statewide buck season back in, seems like forever ago. And one Saturday that was a really cool hunt, little 5-point buck, and it's been a good season. I've enjoyed it very much. It's going to be one to remember, I think.
So nobody mentions chronic wasting season. I don't hear much about it.
It's there, They test for it. The Game and Fish does. It just kind of, they find it more and more places every year, and it's there. That's all I can say about it.
Is Cameron Nescarinko with you?
No, Cameron's not here. We have with us Jared Ruggles, who is a one of our favorite fly fishing guides on the White River, and he's
now you're talking.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things to talk about when it comes to trout fishing on the White River, isn't there, Jared Ruggles?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to talk to you guys again. How are y'all doing?
We're doing well. We got we are truly nationwide today. Ray is in Kentucky doing the show from remote. I'm here in the studio with our good friend Todd Pierce, and we got you up in North Arkansas. So we are all over the place.
Yes, sir.
So some things have come out recently. They had the big fish kill. At the Norfolk National Fish Hatchery, which really threw things into a tailspin as far as what Game and Fish Commission is able to stock into the White River. They had to pass some emergency regulations, which essentially turns the White River from Bull Shoals Dam down to the confluence of the North Fork River, and the North Fork River to the dam to the confluence of the White into catch and release zones. What effect has that had on fishing visitation, fishing at all this fall, Jared?
Okay, so for me, it hasn't really affected business. Most of my clientele, all of my clientele, are catch and release. We try to push the catch and release, business. But as far as fishing goes, I think we'll start to see maybe the effects of that a little later. Still seem to have good numbers in the river. Everything still seems to be pretty normal as of now, other than the fact that the lake is turning over. I think with the timing, the lake turning over is essentially what got the North Fork hatchery. So I think with the timing of everything, all the publicity, maybe some people have come here and experienced a slower bite and have felt like the two are correlated. But the correlation is just the lake turning over.
Have you noticed that there are, more, or not where there won't be more, I'm sure, but have people kind of curtailed their harvesting of, trout? You probably don't fish that far down to notice it, but have you heard if people are harvesting any trout out of the river, or is everybody pretty much taking it easy on them?
I think it's going pretty good. I know there's been a few kind of rogue cases where maybe someone didn't know they had the emergency act in place and have been coming there 50 years or whatever, just doing what they've always done, in their minds following the law. So there's been some of that. I will say some of these stretches that I fish all the time, that you can usually see kind of once that bite gets hot, you see it kind of fall off because more and more people come in there and fish it and pull fish out. And then maybe after a couple of weeks of fishing it, it's not there anymore at all. It does feel like to me some of these areas that will get hot for a couple of weeks are staying, hot for longer. It seems like more fish are still in the that stretch and are still eating. So that's been great. I've been enjoying that.
We're thinking about all the fall fishing. The lakes turn over. The water kind of goes through a change. What exactly happens traditionally, consistently this time of year? In the river that affects fishing.
Okay, so when the lake turns over, basically you get these cooler nights. Most of us know how that works. I think it's referred to as stratification of the lake. But your surface water cools down and sinks down, and the lake turns over. And sometimes it can do that fast, and sometimes it's slow and drawn out over several months. The timing of it's always hard to figure out. It could be as early as the end of August. It starts, maybe September. Usually kind of started by October. It seems we're a little bit later this year. Maybe it may be starting to clear up a little bit now. I was looking at the oxygen earlier, but that's what happens is you get these doses of low oxygen coming through the dam, and it's not low enough, normally to kill any fish. I think the deal with the hatchery is they got kind of a concentrated bit of bad water there, and it just kind of sustained long enough that there was nothing anyone could do about it.
Hey, Jared. We got a hard break here. If you'll hang on with us, we'll continue that thought on the other side here at Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Stay with us.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
It's a tough time, injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Brand new players get a 100% profit boost just for downloading the Bet Saracen app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Hi, this is Joe Klein, former Razorback and owner of Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
And I'm Anthony Lucas, also a proud former Razorback and Corky's Barbecue regular customer.
We may represent different sports in different decades, but all generations of hogs agree.
Corky's is the only place to get the most delicious ribs and barbecue at a winning price.
So stop into Corky's now and every day for never-ending specials.
Corky's,
where the hogs come home, baby.
Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, make Double B's Convenience Stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in and around central Arkansas, there's a location near you. Stop by your nearest Double B's location and get a hot and fresh Double B's blend cup of coffee. It's always hot and fresh. And don't forget your favorite snacks. Many locations have hot delis where you can pick up a hot breakfast sandwich to start your day off right. Remember, it's Double B's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
Check out the new clothing at Bell & Swart in Conway. A new cricket polo with Razorback logo, button-downs, vests, sweaters, slacks with UCA or Arkansas gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. Great staff, fantastic service. Bell & Swart, the only Central Arkansas men's store with a tailor on staff to fit you. So go now to Bell & Swart, 1011 Oak Street in Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Join us in celebrating the 15th annual Rock City Running Gobbler Turkey Trot this Thanksgiving morning. The free family fun run tradition begins at 7:30 with the kids' Tom Tiny Trot and then at 8 o'clock for adults. Bring a non-perishable food item to donate to the Arkansas Food Bank. Go to rockcityrunning.com for more information and to register for this free fun run Thanksgiving morning.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Welcome back to Rick Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Time now to talk with Neil Atkinson at Saracen Casino Resort down in Pine Bluff. Neil, Cowboys and Raiders got a good one going on right now.
Yeah, looks like the Raiders might be driving. It's the Cowboys are up 17-6 right now, and the Dallas Cowboys are currently favored in the live line by 12.5 points on that particular one. The over and under is at 50, so we've got that going on. And And, of course, people are looking ahead for tomorrow night's basketball game and the matchup with Texas later on this week in football.
What's the spread on Arkansas and Texas?
Arkansas and Texas. The Texas Longhorns are favored by 10 points over Arkansas, and they've got the over and under at 57.5. And I've got the early line for the basketball game tomorrow night, too, if you want it.
Fire away.
All right, we got the Arkansas Razorbacks on the early line favored by 19.5 points, and we have set the over and under at 160.5 against the Winthrop Eagles tomorrow night at Bud Walton Arena.
Neil, we appreciate you staying up late with us. I'd like to remind our listeners that during basketball season, because of Coach Calipari's show comes on at 7 o'clock on Monday night, 7 to 8, that throughout the basketball season, Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors brand can be heard from 8 to 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir. All right, we're going back to Jared Ruggles on the White River, and we were talking about the things that happen on the White River to affect the way fish behave and all that.
I think I accidentally just hung up on the wrong person. Hopefully Jared will call back here in just a minute, and I'll try to get in touch with Ray.
Yeah, I'll give him a message and have him call back.
Here we go. This is probably Jared right here. I'm going to do that, and then we're going to do that.
All right, Jared, are you back with us?
Yes, sir.
All right, sorry about that, buddy. We were talking about the things that happen, like with lake stratification and lower dissolved oxygen coming into the White River and the North Fork River, this time of year. What happens with the way fish behave? And also, it seems like the white, has become more of a hatch centric river over the last 10, 15, 20 years. What sort of hatches come off? What are you all as fly fishermen looking for there?
Okay, so this time of the year, I'll touch on the oxygen first.
Yep.
And this is something that does happen every year. It's a normal phenomenon within the lake, both and in our region. So when the oxygen starts to get low, we'll see it get pretty close to 4 parts per million, which is getting pretty close to being lethal for trout. It doesn't necessarily stay there very long, but they become very lethargic. Good friends and fellow guide, Ron Yarborough, always says it's like trying to eat a cheeseburger while you're on a treadmill.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, you'll get a period of that. Is it 3 weeks? Is it 2 weeks? Is it off and on? Is it here today, gone tomorrow? It's hard to say. It's a little different each year. But right now, I noticed the lowest it seemed to have gotten in the last 24 hours is about 5 parts per million, and it's getting all the way up to 10.5, 11, and that's pretty good. That's much better.
I don't, 10.5 to 11 parts per million is a really good DO, isn't it?
It's pretty good. That's getting pretty high. They're pretty happy, and you could see that, fishing the last week or so in comparison to 2 to 3 weeks ago. You could see it clear as day that the fish are more eager to eat, and they fight. They fight noticeably harder, too.
You and I fished together in May on a really, really good caddis hatch, or wasn't caddis, was it?
Yes, sir, it was caddis.
And then we did another one later in the summer. There was a different hatch, and it was real good. What's going on right now?
So what we're looking for now, it's not so much insect hatch. These browns are staging, and there's lots of eggs being dropped in the river by rainbows, by probably some early spawning browns. So as we go into fall, we will start seeing that food source go from, kind of filling in the gaps, opportunistic eating like midges, bayfish, stuff like that, to these fish gorging on eggs. That's what we look for coming into late fall in winter, and we'll have a good number of eggs in the river all the way through probably March.
What are the what's the atmosphere up there like? I imagine right now it's cool, but not real cold. You got that cold water coming up off the river. How is it like to fish, on the white when the fall colors are in their full glory, and you get those cold Ozark days, mornings? What's that like to have a fish on the end of a fly line?
Oh man, it's beautiful. The bluff lines are so pretty, lots of different colors of oranges still right now. Like you said, the temps have been pretty mild, so it's been comfortable. With the mild temperatures, we've had mild water flows. We've had a lot of minimum flow last few days. So you've got low water, but as you get out there and kind of do some more technical fishing, midge fishing. And on top of that, you've got duck season coming in, the deer season, whatnot, all that fall stuff. So keep some of the people off the river. The river's a lot quieter this time of the year. A lot of guys call it quits. Remember, they won't pick back up till February or maybe March. So it's nice and quiet. It's a different experience. I think the White can be a different river almost every day you're out there.
It's funny to think about how.
Hey guys,
go ahead.
I'm gonna jump in there, Brian. Ask a question here. October, November, a lot of good months for the big browns. You seeing much of that?
So October, November, these browns can be more like in a staging kind of mindset where they're getting ready to spawn. They may be in the base of some of these shoals, kind of working up into the nearest suitable gravel and stuff. We've been seeing that kind of good brown bite in fall shift back a little bit. I've always kind of started thinking big browns more around Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, big brown country, and with the less pressure on the rainbows, especially, I'm just going to come out and say that I think that after 120 days, there'll probably be another 120-day emergency order because they're not going to be able to get those hatcheries, back online yet. So I think we're going to be looking at nearly a year, maybe, of catch and release. This is just me talking. I'm not hearing that from anybody at Game and Fish yet, but that's my opinion. What effect will that have on the growth rates of the fish that are there? Of the not being taken out, and how do you think that'll affect the quality?
I think we could see, in that amount of time, we could see some growth. We're not going to see that now, but it sure feels like there's more fish in some of these areas. Touching back on what I was talking about earlier, it sure feels at least like the fishery may be heading in the right direction now. And I agree with you on that additional 120 days. I think it probably will happen, and I'm all for it, to be honest.
I think, there's a lot of people that do come down to harvest some rainbows and everything, but, I think that we can see a different fishery there. And, I don't know if you remember, Jared, but for a long time there have been several attempts to at least have from Bull Shoals Dam down to the, I believe the power lines going over below Shoestring Shoal up above Ranchette. There have been attempts in the past to make that catch and release. And I think with these, with this situation going on now, there might be more public acceptance of that. What do you think?
I think we could see some benefits of, hard evidence on as a result from kind of a catastrophe. So one of those silver linings, I think we could see some great things come out of this, and it may open some eyes and change the way we do things.
What would the fishing community, think of that? We got 30 seconds.
It's hard to say because you're speaking for everyone. I think that for a lot of people, keeping rainbows, like you said, is a big part of it. And I totally get it. I kept rainbows with my dad when I was young, and we would camp at Albert Pike. That's a little different, the put and take. but I mean, I get the camaraderie and tradition of it. So I think it's going to be split still, no matter what we do or try to do to benefit the fishery. I think it may always be a little bit split.
Well, Jared Ruggles, always a pleasure to visit with you. Always a pleasure to fish with you. I hope we can do that again sometime in the near future. Thank you for joining us on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. We're going to take us a little break, and we will be right back.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Did you buy elbow pads for the Black Friday battle? You're not going to need them because this year the Black Friday blowout at Gwatney Buick-GMC has been stretched to all month long. So don't buy a turkey from another dealer. Head to Gwatney Buick-GMC in North Little Rock. Get new Sierra 1500 up to 20% off MSRP. 2026 Terrains at just $279 a month. 2026 Buick Encore GX at just $199 a month. And don't forget the hottest crossover out there. 2025 Invista Preferred at just $179 per month. Black Friday is all month long. Zero chaos, zero drama, no combat. To get these Black Friday deals, you don't even have to camp out on our parking lot. It's the Black Friday blowout all month long at Gwatney Buick-GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. Call 501-945-4444. Gwatney Buick-GMC.com. GMC. We are professional grade. All offers with approved credit. Sierra based on MSRP of $55,370. Terrain, Encore, and Vista are low mileage leases.
It's that time of the year where people start thinking about the holidays and Arkansas's many hunting seasons. So if you're headed south to the Deer Woods or a duck blind, you owe it yourself to stock up at Dixon Road Wine and Spirits. They're the first exit on 530 towards Pine Bluff. You'll find it easy on and easy off, and their prices are easier on your wallet. Their convenient drive-thru will have you on your way in a matter of minutes. They're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's Dixon Road Wine and Spirits, where your dollar means more.
Arkansas Round Ballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
If you own a home and need cash, you could unlock thousands of dollars from your home equity quickly and easily. Call LendGo today at 888-602-1580. At LendGo, you can find out how much cash you could get with a home equity loan in just 2 minutes. It's free, there's no obligation, and it won't affect your credit score. Use the money for anything. Pay off high-interest debt or just give your budget some breathing room. Call 888-602-1580 today.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
I guess it was several months ago, Brian and I decided we would feature many of our 52 state parks. And tonight we're going to visit with a young man by the name of Seth Boone with Dardanelle State Park. Seth, how are you this evening?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing great. I bet you've enjoyed this warm weather we have you not?
Oh, man, it's amazing. Our campers have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. You know, I think the only people that aren't enjoying it, well, I don't know any of them yet.
You know, I've got a photograph, Seth, of it was one of the bass tournaments out there a few years ago that was being held in the fall, and I had my camper out there, and it's one of those great mornings. The trees at the campground were in full autumn foliage, and I got a photograph, you know, of breakfast cooking out there with the camper and these trees and golden and everything. And this is Lake Dardanelle State Park is a great place to visit anytime, but this right now is when it's really, really prime.
You got that right. You know, one of the coolest memories that I have actually of coming to this park is whenever I was able to get out on the in our campground, especially around Area A, and right there around Site 16. You know, the sun setting, and then you've got the fall colors that are just going on all around you, and you know, bass tournaments always hold a special place in my heart. And just a couple of weeks ago, we had the collegiate bass tournament. We had almost 300 boats out there on the water, and man, it has just been a really hopping place and really a beautiful time of the year to be able to come out and enjoy the lake. And we really encourage a lot of people to be able to come out and make their own memories, just like you did with the fall foliage and right there around the campfire. It's absolutely a memory waiting to happen.
Seth, for those folks who may be new to Arkansas, tell them where Dardanelle State Park is located.
Oh, absolutely. Lake Dardanelle State Park is located just outside of Russellville, Arkansas. We're right off of I-40. If you were to take the exit 81 and just turn on Lakefront and then hop on Marina, we'll be right down the road. A lot of times the locals actually know us as the Marina because we have one of only three marinas here on Lake Dardanelle, even though the marina is not technically a part of Lake Dardanelle State Park. Some of the locals just know us as that.
I think Dardanelle Dam went into operation, in 1967, is that right?
Sounds pretty close to accurate.
And how long has the park been there? Does it predate the dam, or did they go in kind of about the same time?
Well, you know, the park came around shortly after that. We entered into a 50-year lease. They started to put leases up around 1990s. We entered into a 50-year lease, and at that time we actually had three different sections. You know, we had the Lake Dardanelle side, which was on the Dardanelle, Arkansas side of the river. Then we had the Russellville side, which is where we currently have the Lake Dardanelle State Park, the main area. And then we also had an area called Oweda. And in 1996, we actually donated Oweda back to the city. And Lake Dardanelle State Park has been going strong ever since then.
And it's a really neat place in that it's so strategically located to be a lot of different things. We talked about the bass tournaments, and there have been major bass tournaments staged out of Lake Dardanelle State Park, but you've also got the campgrounds. It's a good place for people that want to hike and adventure, you know, in the Ozark or Ouachita National Forest, and also people that want to hunt it out there. You've got everything there, and what you don't have is available in Dardanelle and Russellville.
That's absolutely right. I mean, this is one of those parks that is really a gem. It's one that, if you want a little bit of history, you know, we're part of the Trail of Tears. We're also a National Historic Site because of the Trail of Tears. If you want a little bit of culture, we have that as well. If you want recreation, we have kayaking, we have hiking, we have swim beaches where people are able to go swimming. You can go fishing. There's a lot of other opportunities for people to be able to do. We also offer interpretive programming throughout the year. Our interpreters do an excellent job. In fact, some of the things, especially this winter, that we're offering are like our handmade holiday workshop, where they can make their own mug rugs, survival bracelets, ornaments, and soap. We've got outdoor learning opportunities. And then on top of that, we've got Eagle Watch tours that are going on throughout the entire winter months, where we actually take people out for free to go out and have the opportunity to be able to see some eagles out on Lake Dardanelle.
Your visitor center, Arkansas State Parks have some great visitor center, and one thing that I love about them is that they're all geared toward the park where they're at. They're not generic. Tell us about the one at Lake Dardanelle State Park.
I've got to tell you, the one here at Lake Dardanelle State Park is one of a kind. We've got the only 8,000-gallon aquarium here in the state of Arkansas. We actually have a gentleman that takes really good care of it, and it was designed actually to represent all the different aspects that go into Lake Dardanelle State Park, including tributaries, the river, as well as the lake life that's inside of it. And so whenever guests come in, some of the first things that they see are the tributaries that fill in. That's how it's designed, is that they'll be able to see the fish that are inhabiting our tributaries before it flows into the river and eventually into the lake. And then on top of that, we've got a observation deck where people are able to actually go and overlook the lake and be able to see some of the traffic that goes up and down the lake, as well as some of the beauty that you can observe, including the fall foliage that you mentioned earlier. And it's really a unique visitor center. We have an excellent staff that's able to provide for our guest needs. And then on top of that, we've got the Lakeview Room, where it's an excellent meeting place for any kind of activity that you may have, be that weddings, graduation parties, etc. It's something unique to be able to have a meeting room where you're able to overlook the lake.
One thing I've always wondered, because once again, each visitor center is geared toward the park where it's at. So, if you like the things that you can find for sale at Lake Dardanelle State Park are going to be different than what's up at Mount Nebo. How does a park director determine, what items go on for sale there? Because you can really kind of make a shopping milk run all the way across the state.
That's absolutely accurate. Each park is unique, and we all offer different things that we feel like best exemplify our park. And so some of the things, like I was mentioning earlier, whenever we're making decisions, whenever it comes to our resale, some of the first things that we look at is that a lot of Arkansas really bases itself off of life that came in with the river. And so we try to focus a lot on Arkansas-made products. One of the things that you'll find in our visitor center is a lot of handmade Arkansas items, including jewelry, knives, pottery, stuff like that. And then on top of that, we have to tie into the cultural aspect and historical aspect of the Trail of Tears.
Hey, Seth, and so, I led you into a detailed answer with very little time to go. If you can hold on, we'll catch you on the other side of the break, and we'll pick that thought up. And we're visiting with Seth Boone at Lake Dardanelle State Park. Ray's having a grand time where he's at, and we will be right back.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
It's a tough time, injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
This is Anthony Lucas, here to tell you about my favorite spot in Little Rock, Corky's. Sure, Corky's may look all ribs and barbecue on the outside, but did you know Corky's was also nominated for Central Arkansas's best catfish? And don't get me started on their chicken, shrimp, and nachos.
Those Big Joe burgers, Anthony.
Big Joe, when did you get here?
You really stealing my thunder, Anthony. Corky's is my place.
No way you love Corky's like me, Joe.
Talk to me when you have your own menu item, Lucas.
Corky's ribs and barbecue.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. When you're out and about in the natural state, whether it's work or play, make Double B's convenience stores your one-stop shop. With 34 locations in and around central Arkansas, there's a location near you. Stop by your nearest Double B's location and get a hot and fresh Double B's blend cup of coffee. It's always hot and fresh. And don't forget your favorite snacks. Many locations have hot delis where you can pick up a hot breakfast sandwich to start your day off right. Remember, it's Double B's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
You know that expression, put a little spring in your step? Well, whoever said it must have been talking about Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with Glide Step, you get a pillow-like soft landing, then an explosive takeoff. It makes walking feel effortless. So springy, it's almost like you're floating. And speaking of effortless, have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins technology? Just step in, and instantly your shoes are on. No bending down and no touching. Try Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
We say welcome back to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, coming to you from our Honda North Little Rock studios. You know, we're talking with the folks at Dardanelle State Park. I'm sitting here looking on the internet, and I see Crater Diamond State Park. They dig for diamonds there, but I can promise you this, Seth Boone, your state park is a diamond in the rough too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're really, really proud of our state park, and we take a lot of care for it. Our maintenance team is outstanding, as is our front desk and interpretation staff. They all do a great job to interpret it to our guests and make sure that the resource is ready for them to enjoy.
You know, I'm sure, Seth, a lot of people probably, especially younger people, probably want to know, how do they get to be an Arkansas State Park employee and do all these cool things? What's your background?
Well, so I actually grew up in the Arkansas State Parks. I'm a state park brat, I guess is the way that I would put it. I grew up starting off in maintenance. I started off as an extra help person, and whenever I went to college, I actually went to college to be a chemical engineer, and I graduated with a degree in biology, and this is one of those things that I just couldn't bring myself to leave. And so I applied for interpreter jobs, and I figured out a way that I wanted to be with the people here in the state of Arkansas to be able to provide quality educational and intellectual opportunities for them to be able to come out and enjoy our state parks.
Ray, sorry to butt in. You had a question.
Can you talk more? Talk a little bit more about your Bald Eagle tours and how often you see them.
Oh, our Bald Eagle tours? Absolutely. So our Bald Eagle tours, they typically last about an hour and a half or so. We have a schedule actually posted at our visitor center, and it's also online at arkansasstateparks.com. Some of the upcoming tours that we have are Saturday, November the 22nd Tuesday, November the 25th, Thursday, December 4th. But we've got even more than that are listed up there. We've probably got around 20 tours whenever it's all said and done all the way through February. And if you want to make reservations for that, you can just give our visitor center a nice call at 479-967-5516, and we'll get you on a tour, like I said, at no cost to you guys.
Also, what a lot of people probably do realize is that Lake Dardanelle State Park is just a fantastic kayaking place to kind of radiate out and explore a lot of places. You can go all as far as you want up, all the way up to Ozark Dam. That's a little far for a kayak, but you got all those backwaters. You got all those backwaters, off on the other side of I-40 and everything.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. I was just sitting here thinking, I don't know if I want to take a kayak about 50 miles, but yeah, we could definitely take it up Illinois Bayou or into the Dardanelle Bay. And some of the things that we offer are like kayak tours, where people can actually have a guided trip if they're not feeling comfortable with it, or if they just want a guided experience where it can be a little bit unique. We offer kayak rentals at the park, especially on the Russellville side. We have a kayak kiosk, so they should be able to provide you with whatever you need. The kayak kiosk is located at our old swim beach, and it allows people the opportunity to put in and actually go up towards the Illinois Bayou area where the water's a little bit calmer, and they don't necessarily have to worry about the water from the riverside having a current underneath.
When the wintertime comes here, the fall, fall season passes and everything, what kind of a destination do you have there? Do you all have reduced camping rates or anything like that?
Well, so we actually stay pretty busy even throughout the winter months. As far as reduced camping rates, I haven't been informed of any ideas of that yet. But it's a great idea, and it's something that I'll definitely talk to our marketing director for. But it's one of those things. There's a lot of things to be able to explore out here, especially whenever you're on a waterway. Birds, eagles, any kind of migratory animal, you have the opportunity to be able to see it from the state park, because a lot of times, especially whenever it comes to migratory birds, they use waterways as a way to navigate their way south. And so the Arkansas River being one of the largest ones here in the state of Arkansas, it becomes a main thoroughfare for a lot of birds that you may not otherwise see inside the state.
Well, Seth Boone, it has been a real pleasure to visit with you about Lake Dardanelle State Park. I can't wait to get back up there again to do a little fishing, do a little kayaking, and hope to meet you there. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us on Red Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, Ray, we're about to close out another fantastic week, and I tell you what, every time we visit with a state park person, it just makes me want to get in the truck and go.
How many state parks? We have 52. How many do you think you visited?
I've visited every one of them.
Every one?
Every one, yes, sir.
You are the mountain man. I'm going to tell you that.
Well, I tell you what, we love our state parks. We got one of the best funded state park systems in the country, one of the best funded game and fish commissions in the country. We are an outdoors adventurer's paradise, fisherman's paradise, hunter's paradise. We live in a great state, don't we, Ray?
We do it. What I've learned tonight, when I'm
join us next week for Tucker Arkansas Outdoors. Thank you for joining us.